got the whole team here. Holy smokes! I got Clara, Evil Steven, Tessa, David. Oh my God, David. Oh my God. That stream today, I couldn't. Like I was like blown away. Can you guys hear me? Okay, first thing I need. First thing I need is some H2O. This is a hot, hot day out here. Okay, it's a little better. Um, how's my audio, guys? What's up, Clara? Dan? No audio? Hi, guys. Maybe it's not on here. Oh, it says it's on. It says it's booming. Audio's fine. Okay, thanks, Linda. Dan! What's going on, Dan? How are you? Hi, guys. You guys want to try a few questions for YouTube? Just test out your values a little bit. All right, have a good day, guys. All right, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I had a little time, so I figured let's go out there, and it's like the Fight Club thing, you know. We all have our jobs that we do during the day, and then I'll just pop up if I got some time, you know, on the side. And I'll tell you one thing. Everybody go to hi guys. Everybody go to David's the 40-year-old vegans page. Like and subscribe. Incredible work today, reaching out, and it was just awesome to watch. I saw Mel and Steve in there, and it was fantastic. You let everybody know watching when you had all those people, David, about the atrocities and the reality of such, and it was pretty cool to watch, man. A lot of engagement. So you motivated me to hi guys, what's going on, everybody? You motivated me to look for some slaughterhouses online tonight. What's going on, everybody? How are you? You guys want to try a few questions? Put you on the spot? All right, guys. Not being vegan is not being nice. Have a good day. Really can't win that one. I can't, shit. Can you guys see me? Did I lose the picture? Wait, we're back. We're back. All right. Welcome, everybody, if you're just getting here. I'm going to do probably about 45 minutes of live stream outreach out here. Then I got to go pick up my daughter. Hi, guys. But, you know, and everybody can do this. If you're a doctor, a lawyer, if you're a fitness coach, if you are whatever you're doing, you know, we can all have our jobs that we're basically forced to do. And then we can come out on our off time and do the Fight Club, do the vegan club, you know? It's kind of cool. It's like you never know who's an outreacher when you're talking to them, you know, just like you never know. Well, you could probably tell who was in Fight Club if you came across them in the story. You know, they'll have black eyes and stuff like that. I think I could see this chat a little better today. No, we're not in Seattle, Ben. We are in the lovely town of Annapolis. Absolutely, your voice matters. Hi, Jade. Jade for Justice is here. Nice to see you. 100%. Everybody go like and subscribe to Jade for Justice as well. She's doing some legendary activism. And live streaming, I feel like, I think I was watching, what's going on, buddy? I think I was watching Chip's live stream. Hang on one sec. You always gotta wait. You gotta wait a beat to see if you can bait anybody in. I think I was watching a live stream with Chip where David Rams was interviewing him, and Chip said it, man. He said it's the future of activism, and I really think it is because it brings engagement, it brings people. People are curious. Let's face it, they're very curious. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try a few questions for YouTube?
Why am I not vegan?
Yes.
I own a cattle ranch and I
Oh,
love cows.
not being vegan is not being nice. Have a good one, guys. It's the message tonight. It's the message. Have a good night. She said she owns a cattle ranch and she loves eating cows. It's something like that. So, but that's the kind of What's going on, buddy? You want to try a few questions? I'm doing a YouTube live social experiment today, but you gotta be on the spot for just a few minutes.
What do you want to say?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, it's basically I'm asking people if they've heard the word vegan before. Have you?
Yeah, that's food.
Well, we've been taught to look at it that way, yes. But if we back up and we actually look at it, it's more of a stance against violence and oppression than it is just food. Um,
Meat.
you don't like meat? Good. That's good.
I love meat.
Oh, it's not nice. Supporting oppression. How you doing? I'm doing good. Do you want to try this little thought experiment? Okay, so I'm just asking a few questions. My name is James. I'm obviously an animal rights activist, pretty evident. I just try to intercept the public a little bit and just get people thinking a little bit, right? What's your name?
Afiel.
I love that name. So I guess my first question is, do you think animals deserve rights?
Of course.
Okay. What rights do you think they deserve?
Can you define a right?
Not saying like driving a car or like voting. You know, we can't like say that because I don't know if they have the facilities to exact such said things. But what do you think about the notion of bodily autonomy? The whole idea of your body, your choice.
Well, I think everything belongs to God.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I would agree that God created these beautiful creatures with eyes to see, a nose to smell, brains to think, loved ones to love. Would you agree with that?
yeah.
Okay. Well, that being said, and kind of the first point postured, do you think we need anything nutritionally, like to survive from an animal?
Possibly. I mean,
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I can tell you that you don't, and don't believe me. Look it up for yourself. As far as like your own due diligence. I don't want it to be just some guy on the street telling you that, but I've been vegan for 12 years, right? I have a daughter; she's vegan. We try to just kind of back it up and kind of steep with this implication that if we don't need anything nutritionally from an animal, there's a big question, and it just looms there until it's touched, and that is why in the heck. And I would frame it relatively like this: why in the heck are we doing this to God's creatures?
certainly agree that the way that we're treating God's creatures isn't right. But I think that I could not articulate this to you.
Yeah, yeah. It's a tough. It's kind of like a very loaded line of questioning, right? And the reason we're not privy to these kinds of lines of questioning is because of industry and all the mainstream outlets that affect us, our friends, our parents, our pastors, our doctors, our lawyers, whatever. They're all, and all authority figures are all saying, and peers are all saying, and they're voice boxing through mainstream channels, right? And when we look at the source of that said dynamic, it's all money, right? So, vegan activists like myself, and there's a few in the chat, but most people are non-vegan in there. We come out and we just try to intercept the public and let them know that veganism's not about food. Like the last guy that just walked on that was saying, "I love meat, I love meat." It's funny. It's so funny, by the way, that you get these people in real life because there's a ton of them in there. But that guy just did it in real life. But we ask people the definition of vegan, and everybody says food. And it's not about food. This is a stance against something, right? And we make that stance with the only thing that matters, our dollar. And we affect the change we want to see in the world with our dollar. So if we're voting for systems of violence, which are every single system regarding meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, doesn't matter how the animal's treated, they're all going to the same slaughterhouse, being hung upside down and cold. I mean, there's other words that they get as well. They get raped, they get exploited, their kids get stolen from them. All this, we are saying, yes, I would like to see more of that in the world. Yes, I want to do this to God's creatures. Sorry. Essentially, it's the crux of it. What do you think about that loaded statement?
It's loaded.
It's loaded.
Certainly
It's
loaded.
Have you ever thought about going vegan?
Not really.
Yeah, either had I, at all. I was interfaced with a speech like 12 years ago, almost 13 now, And I watched the speech the first time, and it's kind of like I'm distilling the speech to you right now, but it was an hour long. It's called The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear by a guy named Gary Yourofsky, and he touches on religion quite a bit in the movie. Also, there's a great movie called Christspiracy I'll drop. If you can remember Christ in like the end of Conspiracy, Christspiracy, give a lot of color to the whole religious translations of the Bible. But I watched this speech, and when I was done with it, I said, no way. I'm not listening to this righteous guy that thinks he's like better than everybody. I'm not going to ponder these things. You're trying to take something away from me. These are the reflexes that I felt, right? But then I watched it again a week later, and I watched it, and I said, I talked to my now wife, and I said, hun, there's going to be some changes, I think, at least for me. ... Pan 12 years later, my daughter's vegan, my wife's vegan, my sister's vegan, tons of friends and family have gone vegan. And yeah, that's why I'm out here today.
How do you know you've not just fallen into something else?
Can you amplify on that?
How do you know you haven't just fallen into another kind of ideology
I like that.
or
Like
centered
cultish
around
thing or something?
money or
Like money,
just
okay,
like
gotcha.
just kind of a I don't know, I feel like I don't know. I see kind of what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
also think that we're playing the wrong game essentially.
Okay.
If we're focused on
Okay, am I still here, guys? Oh, we lost everybody. All right, can you guys hear me? Am I back? I'm back. Okay, great. Did we catch any of those conversations, the previous ones? Thanks, Tad. Okay, great. We'll hit it for another 25 minutes or so. It is so hot out here. Oh, okay. So yeah, she was really nice. Her name was Avriel, I think, and she was very adamant about God and what would God want. Man, I'll tell you, the elements have challenged me in the last X period of time. It's either effing cold or super effing hot. It's like, can we get one nice day for some outreach? I mean, I've had a few, but all right, can you guys see me? All right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Linda, I got you. Yeah, she was asking if I was like falling for something like some kind of money-based scheme or a cultish ideology, and I told her about the golden rule, asked her if she knew what that was, and we went from there. Left her with a few important things, and told her about, the whole money argument and the bellwether of animal ag and subsidies, which is a real bellwether. See if I can get these two alpha-looking dudes in the chat. Vegans Against Animal Abuse is here. What's up, buddy? Yeah. All right. What's going on, man? How are you? Pretty good. You want to try a few questions, or are you good? I'm good. All right, man. All right. All right. Well, at least we're getting the chat back. Cows are tasty, says Mike. Well, Mike, that's just not very nice, man. Hi, guys. Cows they're sentient beings. They have eyes to see, noses to smell, hearts to feel, brains to think, families to love. You saying they're tasty, I don't think you mean that. I think you're just kind of going off the trend of the status quo. What's going on, buddy? I think if you saw a little animal that was helpless. Hi there, how are you? You want to try a few questions for YouTube? Good, all right. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Anyway, yeah, and for any of you guys that are interested in live outreach, a lot of these public areas are completely fair game. I'm in a public area right now, and I actually have talked to the cop that always perches there. He's cool as hell. I wonder if he's watching me from the car. That'd be funny. And you can come out here. You can do this. It's super easy. And I mean, I guess it's not that. I guess okay. First, it's a little. There's a little bit of friction just getting used to it. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try a few questions for YouTube? You good? All right. Have a good day. I love that first lady. I'll tell you why I'm not vegan. I own a cattle ranch and I love eating cows. Wow. Wow. Yikes. I told her that you are not nice. That's what I said. She had a lot to say after that, but I just kind of ignored the Karen as she walked by, or maybe she passed. This guy coming up looks pretty interested. Let's see if he wants to talk. What's going on, dude? Want to try a few questions for YouTube?
No, I gotta get my ride.
Heard that, heard that.
What are you doing now?
All right, man. Take care. All right. Still need a shout out for. Okay. What's up? I'm back. I'm back, David. I got cut off for a little bit. Anyway, everybody. David did a legendary live stream today in front of, I'm not sure which slaughterhouse it was, but you've inspired me, sir, to go home tonight and to start researching slaughterhouses around my area. I got a feeling that there's a bunch around here, but they're just kind of hidden and nooked away. I'll be looking tonight, so appreciate the motivation, sir. I think it's awesome. Such an awesome idea. You guys missed the second conversation I had, the whole thing. You must have. I had 4 girls here. They were super nice, super sweet. They all listened to the points that I made. And one of them said she's going vegan. But we'll see. You never know. The best we can do is the best we can do, and that's to let people know the truth. And hopefully when people know better, they can do better. But yeah, anybody in here, you need nothing from an animal to survive. You can find all the tastes on a plant-based diet. Yeah. 102K views. Incredible. Incredible. That was awesome. And that is a total symbol of how this type of dynamic, exposing things and then talking about things that are often taboo in societal flows, this particular topic has so much heat on it. And it's also a signal that this particular topic is going to be part of a sea change. And that sea change is going to be tilting the buying dynamics of the public. Once people and we evolve our consciousness, people are not going to want to vote for the things they are being tricked into voting for. Incredible. Incredible. I was so inspired when I saw that stream, David. So inspired. Man, it's literally like an apocalypse out here right now. It is so effing hot. I just hope I can get some more people to walk by. I brought a huge vat of water. My phone turned off earlier, so I think it's like around 100 degrees. My phone turned off earlier because of the temperature. So that's why we couldn't see that second conversation with the girls. What's going on, guys? Want to try a few questions for YouTube? All right, guys. Have a good day. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do for a little while longer. Let's see, is the stream accurate? 19, okay. Anyway, what's crop harvesting is an argument for veganism. So that's kind of a cool fun fact. People bring up crop deaths. People bring up plants have feelings. Little do they know, they're making an argument for veganism. It's funny. It's just, I don't know why you can't see that. Like a cow has an 8-to-1 energy conversion ratio. What's up, big guy? You want to try a few questions? All right. How about this guy? What's going on, dude? gonna try a few questions for YouTube.
I'm good, thank you though.
All right, man. We're just testing values today. That's it. That's all we're doing. And you know, the more you do it, the more you come out, the more easier it gets. David, you can probably attest to this. And the more and the more fun it gets, because it just becomes fun in a way. How's it going, sir? You want to try a few questions for YouTube Live?
No thanks.
All right, sir. Have a good one. How about these guys? A lot of people sitting outside. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. I think I might head down to the docks for a little bit. As long as my phone doesn't, what's up, buddy? As long as my phone doesn't die out here. Oh, hey, Carrie, what's going on? Carrie's here? Carrie, here, I'm gonna walk and talk. You guys wanna try a few questions for YouTube? It's live, yeah. Not a crazy amount of people right now. We just got shut down because of temperature. But like, it literally just shut my phone down because it's so damn hot. But I just asked a few questions, right? They're super simple, actually. My name's James. I'm an animal rights activist, right? Do you guys think animals deserve rights? What do you think?
Do I think they deserve rights, like the same amount of rights that humans get?
Like driving or voting or, nothing like that.
Animals should be allowed to vote, no.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm considering. What do you think about the notion of bodily autonomy?
Can you explain what that is?
Like the whole idea of, your body, your choice. And I think the antithesis would be your body, my choice. So that kind of blanket definition.
You're saying, like, should humans be able to govern what's right and wrong and what can and can't be done to animals?
I would say, I would dig a little deeper than that. I would say, should we be able to kind of essentially vote with our dollar for systems that say, I'm going to take away your life for something I don't need, or I'm going to have you raped for something that I don't need for calcium, or I'm going to have your do you guys think we need anything nutritionally from an animal?
Probably.
Okay. What about you?
I can't say that I'm well versed in it, but
okay.
like I know I get a good amount of nutrients from
Heard,
it, yeah.
heard. Okay, gotcha. I'm here to tell you today, and don't believe me, look it up for yourself. You don't need anything from an animal. You don't need any vitamins, you don't need any supplements. I've been vegan 12 years, I don't do any of that. My daughter's vegan, she's growing, she doesn't take those things. We eat from the earth, we eat the plants. How do the animals get the protein? Right? We know that, right? From the actual
But
plants.
can it be more efficient to get it from animals?
Here's a great bellwether. The energy conversion ratio of a cow, it is 8-to-1. So when a cow takes in 8 units of energy, it's going to output 1. So
What about like chickens?
it's not the same energy conversion ratio, but it's definitely parallel to it.
Right.
So if we were to just eat plants from the ground, it would be a check, all the boxes for environment.
You would just have
And-
to consume a much larger amount of it, or no?
Well,
What's the-
what's the one thing that plants have that meat doesn't have? Fiber, right? So fiber, you're going to tap out. You're not going to be able to eat so many calories to where you can eat the same amount as the meat, right? We don't need that many calories. You know how much protein you need per day as a male? 45 to 65 grams. You can get 45, even 35, you'd be fine. But mainstream industry tells us we need 100, we need 150.
How
About
much would
vitamin B.
Vitamin B12.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know about vitamin B12? I don't know if you're too keen on it. I can tell you.
I know you get it in meat.
Do you know where it initially came from?
Is it the plants that the animals eat? Is
Okay.
that what you're saying?
So basically, B12 has never existed, And this is crazy, and this is now, it's like, oh, hey, he's putting his conspiracy theory hat on. He's putting his conspiracy theory hat on. It was something invented by industry back in 1948 by a guy named Carl Folkers, and he worked for a company called Merck. That company still exists today. They have a $200 billion market cap. They influence a lot of doctors. They influence a lot of nutritionists, et cetera, right? So the original name of B12 was anti-pernicious anemia factor. And then Carl Folkers, who came up with titling said vitamin and lobbied to get it in the B vitamin family and was green lighted, he was looking for a name for anti-pernicious anemia factor. And he had a colleague that had just named B10 and B11. And I can't remember the scientist's name, but basically they're having a cup of coffee and he's like, bro, you know what you should do? Name it B12, because people are going to think they need it. People are going to think, and they're going to be fear-mongered to need it. And plus, there's this whole new vegan thing coming out. This whole new, because in 1948 or so, the same year, or it was 45, in that same time space, Donald Watson came up with the term vegan. And this scared industry and scared the shit out of them, because this is gonna disrupt profits. So he kind of had this inflection point, like, let's name it B12. So it was written, so it happened. And now vegans, even vegans, we're putting cobalt cyanide and microorganisms that hail from either 1, sewage sludge, 2, feces, 3, GMO waste, or 4, dairy waste into our bodies because we are scared that if we don't do it, we're going to get one of the 100+ systems of B12 deficiency. I'll leave it there.
What
But
was that guy's name?
Carl Folkers, F-O-L-K-E-R-S.
I don't know much about that.
Yeah, but moving forward, always question a B12 narrative. You do not need it. It does not exist. It was actually modeled after a bacteria, a cyanobacteria, that somebody named Margaret, forgot her last name, she found in 1951. It comes from root noduled soil. So she saw this bacteria and she modeled, basically copied and pasted the kind of granularities of this bacteria and had them basically guesstimate a same profile of entities inside of the synthetic B12. So if you really want to get B12, eat beans. Root noduled soil has the same bacteria that she found and looked at under a microscope years and years ago.
Is it more prominent in certain beans?
I'm not too keen, but I know it's black beans, legumes, any kind of legumes, lentils, water lentils. And honestly, even that being said, that's if you really want insurance to really get and know that you're getting B12. You don't even need that. But going back, I know I got off topic. I'm just passionate about B12 too.
Well, what if you don't like beans?
You don't have to eat beans. You can eat meat and cheese, milk and eggs, but the vegan version of. You can find them all. Like you can find the burgers, the pizzas. I eat Chinese, Italian, I eat, you name it, American. I'll eat it all. My daughter, the same thing, and I don't miss out on any of the taste. Yeah, there might be a little recalibration involved. That's the same with anything.
Isn't that all made in a lab, though?
Well, I mean, if you're looking
that
at,
stuff's really unhealthy. Like
and everybody has, and I'm not arguing for it. And I'm saying the healthiest way to go is whole food, plant-based, right? But if you really want that stuff and you want the taste, it is healthier than its counterpart because you're not getting 100%. You're not getting cholesterol, copious amounts of saturated fat, heterocyclic amines, IGF-1, growth hormones, growth factors, TMAO, all
What
this
if
stuff.
you're eating clean meat, though?
Well, even clean meat has everything I just said, and that's going into your vessel.
They're like farm-raised.
I didn't say GMOs. IGF-1. It's an insulin growth factor 1. It's in all meat, no matter what.
Well, I guess my only, like, I understand your points, but wouldn't you say it's natural to eat meat?
It's funny. There was a girl. She was
Like, I learned about the food chain.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, if animals didn't eat each other, there would be overpopulation of, like, some animals clearly don't have a use other than to be food. The animals at the bottom of the food chain, you got bunny rabbits, chickens, like they don't have a use other than food, and it's not just humans that are eating them. It's like, are we gonna stop other animals from eating each other at that point?
Let me ask you a question, and I understand. I've definitely heard this before. I guess I would tilt our purview to the animal outlook, right? So we can't know intrinsically what a chicken or a cow is going through, right? Just like I don't know what you're going through, and I don't know what you're going through. So intrinsically, we kind of tilt our purview to the animal outlook. Would you want to be born for a short life just to be executed, or would you rather not be born at all? And when I say executed, it comes with a lot more than that. It comes with rape, torture, enslavement. They get spit on, they get kicked. Everything that happens to them, we're not privy to because interests have too much vested in us not knowing. Because people will change if they know what's going on. I would tilt to the animal outlook on that question. In circle of life or nature, I mean,
Yeah,
I could
'cause
show
the
you.
ecosystem, and
Yeah.
it seems like animals, I don't know.
I could show you.
Animals have their roles, and some animals, it's very obvious that they're here to be eaten
Yeah.
by other animals.
Okay. Well, let me also, I guess there's the whole animal outlook thing. There's also the natural thing. Like, if I were to show you on a tablet right now what happens to animals, you would be disgusted.
I'm not.
No,
I
no,
hate
there's
what
really-
happens to animals.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, all right, let's go back to like the Indians when
Okay.
they'd kill the animal themselves, they'd worship it, they'd use up all the bones, they'd use everything. Like, they knew they just had to eat the animal for
Yeah.
its purpose, and they weren't doing what they're doing now. And we have Burger King and McDonald's, and we're
Right.
eating too much. We're eating more than
Mass
we need.
production of it is
Let's
where
just say
nothing is
all
wrong.
of that. Like, I mean, obviously it's gotten out of hand
Yeah.
with the animals in the cages, but I don't necessarily think if we were to strip all of our industrialization away and we're left in the woods
Yeah.
and there's animals there and we kill them and we're actually hungry and we need them, it just seems natural, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that, and that's what all the other animals do as well.
Yeah, I think you're painting like a few hypotheticals, right? Like and also kind of tracking back to how they used to do it as Indians, right? Like these are things that are, you know, that's a different context. And if we were on a desert island, that's another context, right? And I totally get Indians and when they had to do it. I mean, we can't judge somebody for surviving. Just like me, when I go and I buy my vegan food, there are peripheral systems that kill animals in the crops. There are peripheral systems that kill mice in moles and stuff like that. But it's justified because I have to survive. Just like that Inuit or that Navajo, it was justified because they have to survive. But nothing, and I mean right now, there is nothing that mandates that we have to vote for direct exploitation. We can at least yield the animal their own bodily autonomy, going back to the beginning, and then fight to change from there. I would argue this whole thing that I'm talking about is the absolute root of all violence, hatred, and oppression in the world, because we're seeing a being with awareness, like you and me. We're seeing them as an object, not a being with awareness. And we've been taught that for thousands of years. So animal rights activists like myself, we just come out here, we try to intercept the public and let them know that the word vegan does not correlate to food. It's a consequential thing, but the word vegan correlates to your stance as a human being in this world and the legacy you want to leave and the kind of ethos you want to be an example of for your kids, essentially. What would be the biggest thing stopping you guys from going vegan?
I guess it's inconvenience, and I
Yeah.
don't necessarily like.
I got you.
I would get tired of eating that stuff, and I wouldn't want to eat these science patties that
Yeah,
they
you don't have to. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if I were to do it, I would want to grow my own stuff, but it's like I just don't
Yeah.
have time for that.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that's the goal, right? I want to have a veganic food forest one day, right? I can't do that right now, but the least I can do is not vote for the direct exploitation, right? And I really think that's the bare minimum. The whole taste in, or what were you saying, convenience, that's going to change when buying dynamics change, right? But we can't ask for that when 99% of everybody's non-vegan. Once we get more people eating vegan, we'll have beautiful, readily available vegan burgers that are healthier than their counterparts, and they'll be right there. They're going to taste fantastic. If your why is strong enough, that's not going to matter, though. That's not going to matter at all. If your why is strong enough, it's going to eclipse that inconvenience, and you're going to be pulled towards it instead of pushing towards it like you need willpower. I've been doing this for about a year now, and now I'm like pulled towards this. In the beginning, I was like, fuck, this sucks. But this is something that needs to be done, is just intercepting and standing up for those that don't have a voice, because they got nobody.
Are you against like eggs and milk?
And,
What if you do it yourself?
Well, it goes back to the first positioning, right? Your body, your choice. We want to leave a being sovereign with that kind of scenario. We don't want to say your body, my choice, because when I'm taking an egg from a chicken, I'm saying your body, my choice.
But
I don't
in
care.
return, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But in return,
So it
I
says
mean,
middle school-
the chicken is in a safe spot.
Provide a good life for it, it still gets
Like if the
pleasures out of
chicken is
life.
out in the wild, it's gonna get mauled by a wolf. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll take care of you, chicken, and in return,
Yeah.
I'll take one of your eggs.
Listen, relatively
Sounds like
speaking, I can't argue that being like obviously factory farming is much worse than that, right? Relatively
Yeah,
speaking.
I'm not talking about.
but
I agree with you on the factory.
Farm.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about what if we're talking about like a local farm, small family-owned farm.
well, I
Farmers
mean,
market.
yeah. Anytime we're seeing the animal as an object to be monetized, it's not going to have a care and a stewardship they would have otherwise. So, I mean, yeah, the backyard's chickens. It seems to be this vegan loophole that it gets brought up a lot. It still is going against the notion of yielding somebody bodily autonomy. I mean,
What
you just
about a
can't argue
dog?
that with like having a pet or
Yeah, I mean, dogs obviously were adapted to be pets,
yeah.
but I mean, people train their dogs, and dogs don't have a place outside of the home.
Yeah.
It's not really natural for them.
So you mean like taking dogs in as pets?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
and what's
saying,
wrong with
like,
that?
Is there something wrong with having a dog?
Oh no, I mean I'm not. This is not what I'm arguing for out here. I mean, we can go deeper and deeper and deeper, but it gets to a point to where it's like it's getting
Yeah,
a little
I know.
too.
This is more on
you're-
the topic of bodily
Yeah, no, I
autonomy.
This
just saw
is-
the dog on your
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
so I
Well,
was
they
like,
do get like you go to China, they're getting exploited like crazy. Also, breeding is a big thing. I
Yeah.
mean, breeding is kind of nasty because you're kind of like forcing things to happen that wouldn't naturally happen. But having a pet, especially adopting or rescuing, I mean, that's fucking badass. I mean, that's cool.
Okay, so adopting an animal,
Yeah, as long as you're
it's
feeding
it's
him.
doing a good thing.
Yeah, and you look for vegan food on the cat and dog side. I won't
But
go
breeding a
deep.
dog
But
is-
breeding for the purpose of selling or things like that, even just bringing another vessel into this world is playing roulette with somebody's life. You know, but reining it all back, it all comes back to just this one simple thing I'm just asking people out here to do, and that's just to yield these others their own body autonomy. Because once you hit the bare minimum and you start doing that, and your why is strong and you get a little momentum, you're gonna just every day being vegan gets better and better. You get healthier, you get faster, stronger. At
Well,
least I did.
Don't you think
Um,
wouldn't it be a lot easier to baby steps, because it's going to be hard to get someone to go straight to eating vegan.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier to get them to maybe go a step down and not support the maybe
Like
and-
1 day a week or 3 day or
not
2
one
days
day
a week.
but maybe not get like McDonald's or
Yeah,
places
yeah.
where they have the animals in the cages.
Okay.
Factory farming, that's what it's
I'm going to
called.
return your question with a question.
Got it.
Like, I'll say if you were the victim and there was something happening to you, right? This tilts again back to the animal outlook, where I like to default with every question. If you were the victim, would you want someone to moderate their exacting of violence on you, or would you want it to be abolished 100%? And I get.
I'm still
Whether the goal's there or not, I think that there's steps to be advocated for, right? So like realistically, like you said, the amount of money that's in the industry to just completely like shut it down in the day would be like.
Oh, it's not going to happen. It's
it
definitely
would,
not
right?
going to
So
happen.
like, what are some like actionable things,
Yeah.
takeaways that you think should be advocated for like immediately in place
Yeah.
in these like?
I would say more activists like myself coming out and just doing education campaigns like this, letting the public know what they're paying for, right? Because a lot of people, there's a big untapped sect of people that do not know what they're paying for. Almost every vegan that's in there did not know before they were interfaced, right? Because of the design of our four walls of capitalism and how we are suppressing truth inside this system. Nobody knows. I didn't know for 30 years by design, by intent, by deceptive intent, because they don't want to stop the profits. So I'd say more of this coming out here. I'd say more, vegan foods on menus. We could even do some political stuff. But at the end of the day, it comes down to these beautiful conversations we're having right here and impacting somebody's kind of purview on things and having them look above their horizon. Because that's really where the change is going to happen. We can do all this stuff with politics and laws or whatever. It's not going to do jack shit. You're not going to do jack shit if we still have 1% vegan, because they'll make the laws whatever, and then they'll just break them, because it's all about what the majority are positioning with. So we're just trying to.
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
Just a question. Don't you think it's also an issue of how much more expensive the vegan lifestyle is than
I can tell you, for one, the reason it's perceived like that, at least upon first glance, is because of subsidies. And for two, if you really deep dive and you look at things, and via your why being stronger, and you're being motivated to do so, you'll find out that the cheapest foods on the planet are vegan, like beans, rice, chickpeas, lentils, greens, fruits and veggies. There's a bit of a premium on those, but you can find like the cheapest foods in the store being vegan. Beans, black beans, are loaded with everything, and pound per pound, there's more protein in them than meat on a pound for pound basis. And you're not getting that shit that I mentioned to you that's even in the most grass-fed meat.
That stuff is crazy.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
Can you like run us through like what a full day of like eating?
Yeah, I was
Hell
about to
yeah.
ask that too.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so for breakfast, I'll do oatmeal with nuts, seeds, berries, maple syrup. I might put some hemp on there. I could do a myriad of other things too. Like sometimes I'll do waffles. Sometimes I'll do cereal with almond milk. Hash browns. Every once in a while, I might do like a plant-based sausage or something like that. For lunch, I mean, all bets are off. I could do Chinese, Italian, I could do Mexican, I could do American. It could be burgers, it could be a burrito bowl from Chipotle, it could be a kava Mediterranean bowl. You got falafel that can be meat there, you got sofritas that can be meat there, all kinds of textured things in every space that's there. For dinner, same thing. I'm eating whatever I want. I just had a bolognese at my house with a nice bolognese sauce I made, and that was my kind of Italian lunch before coming out here. And at night, I'll snack. You can still drink coffee, drink tea. You can drink alcohol. We're just trying to get away from, and I'm not trying to encourage people to drink alcohol, but we're just trying to get away from the real definitive, the real kind of crux of things, which is voting for things we don't even believe in. Like if you're against animal abuse and you still vote for the meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, there's a distortion that's just there. And this is the most beautiful thing about 2025. We can all just live in alignment with our values now and just leave these little guys that are just beautiful.
Where do they go though? Like,
Well,
let's say release all the cows.
I mean, it's a
where do they
question
go?
we can. This is what I like to say. This is a great.
Like, yeah, I'm
It's gonna
just
be like I Am
imagining
Legend, right?
cows.
The movie. We're gonna have cows everywhere. No, we'll find ways, but we'll cross the bridge when it comes. And with enough intent and enough passion behind it, we'll figure out a way. We got 8 billion humans on this planet. A shitload of people to tap into and evolve.
Would we take on the responsibility of caring for them, or we would just let them?
Maybe we could pass them to sanctuaries. We'll do our best. Like veganism in general is not about perfection. It's just doing your best, right? Like I think Buddha said it best before he died. His last words were just do your best. Veganism, and in the definition of, it's just about doing your best. And we might have to do what we might have to do, right? We don't know. We can't be perfect, but we are going to change this if other things that hail from it and the peripheral happenings we'll have to address when we get there.
Now you have to like expend like resources on protecting these animals because you no longer.
Well, maybe we can just kind of shift over some of what we're hemorrhaging on agriculture right now. Like we're spending shit tons of money, $60 billion a year subsidized to the meat, cheese, milk, and egg spaces. It's insane. It makes a Big Mac from $18, puts it down to $4, right? The government underwriting the cheap meat. We're hemorrhaging that money. So maybe we can take some of our savings from that, and there could be kind of a fluid kind of repurposing of things. But once again, that's something we get to when we get there. But it's not hard for us to, this is a non-action. You guys don't have to do anything going forward. You just reach for the almond milk and not the cow's milk. Reach for the plant-based meat, not the regular meat. It's a non-action. So it's not like we're incurring all kinds of demands. When you look at it, it's a non-action.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I guess that does leave like with a good point.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
would just be curious. Like,
What does it look like?
well, I'd just be curious to see like if we let a cow out in the wild,
Let me make sure my
would
thing's
it
still
have
on.
a
Yeah.
better life than if it was on?
Serious? Okay, they're there. Okay, so yeah, what is it going to do? I don't know. We have a lot of animal sanctuaries out there, right? We can find ways to get them to Poplar Farm Animal Sanctuaries, Asha Farm Animal Sanctuaries. There's big ones like those two that house a lot of animals. But then there's other ways too, I'm sure. But once we have people, they see these beings as beings and not objects, we're going to tilt our whole paradigm of what we do to these other beings. We're going to try to care for them and not just see them as that, whatever we've been taught to see them as. If you guys got a second, I'll just show you a book. You got to, check out my channel. It's called Vegan Sign Guy, and you can look up this interview might be there if our tech held up. But this book is one of the best books that's out there. It's called The World Peace Diet. If you can remember that, check it out. This
World Peace Diet.
Yeah, it's by a guy named Will Tuttle, and he chronicles the why of veganism and gets you to hopefully understand that the reason we have all this hate, all this violence, all this war, all this political, strife is because of one thing and one thing only, and that's hurting culture and how the mindset of it exacts and proliferates through space and time. But the World Peace Diet, just remember that book, Will Tuttle. My channel is Vegan Sign Guy.
Do you do your channel full time? I know you study this.
I just do this part-time. Like I was telling them, I'm trying to get more people to come out here and do this. You guys remember the movie Fight Club?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get people to do this just like the guys in Fight Club, right? They'd come out and they'd go to Fight Club after their work or whatever, right? I just got off of work. I got 45 minutes. Why not come out here? And just encourage more and more people that are vegan to come out, because we can't really exact anything if we're being suppressed by industry. But now we have this social media. Ooh,
Yeah.
the plot thickens. I had a guy that's in here right now. He went outside a slaughterhouse today, and he got over 100,000 views in 1 hour, about an hour. And all he was doing was outside the slaughterhouse and educating people on what's going on in there. He is a former slaughterhouse employee. He's actually retired from the business, and he huge.
Yeah.
He'll tell you everything about how chickens get slaughtered, amplify on it, but most importantly, he'll tell you about what they see before they get cold, and the looks in their eyes and the
believe it,
fear.
man. I'm definitely with you on the, what's it called, slaughterhouse stuff.
Yeah.
Factory farming.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely with you there. I
Well,
can't
just
argue with that, man.
just think about this. Even those other animals, they all go to the same slaughterhouse. They might be whatever on that family farm, but they're getting in the truck, and the truck's going to the same slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
I got to get ready to pick my daughter up here. What's your
right,
name, man?
Luke.
Luke. I'm Jimmy.
Jimmy,
AJ.
it's nice talking
AJ,
to you, man.
I'm
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Good luck
Nice to
with
meet
all
you
your
guys.
endeavors, and-
Absolutely. You might see me out here again. Who knows?
Yeah.
I've been going to DC, Bethesda, a few college campuses, and I'm looking into expanding some horizons. So I really appreciate your
You
support.
know your stuff, man.
Yeah,
I
good luck
appreciate
on your
you.
journey.
Yeah, look up my channel and think about it, and think
Have
about
a
the
good
animals,
time.
because that's the whole reason I'm out here.
Yep.
You know, vegan
Alright,
sign
sign
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Sign guy.
All right, guys, check it out. Like and subscribe if you can.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Okay, guys, we all still here? All right, guys, I got to get ready to go. I have to pick up my daughter. Really appreciate everybody here. I thought that was a good conversation with AJ, and I think it was Jake. Can you guys see me? Oh. All right, well, that's about an hour-long outreach. We had 3 conversations, and they all kind of provoked some thought, and that's why we're out here. We're out here to interface the public, do these thought experiments, give them something to think about that they may have never thought about before. So I really want to thank you guys for being here. Can you see me? Okay. Did you guys see that whole or hear that last interview? Hopefully you did. Hopefully it didn't shut off. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get ready to shut down operations. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic, David. Oh, awesome, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I'm going to see if I can go live again this week. I'll let you know when. I just don't know the exact time right now. But thanks to you guys in the chat for educating the people in the chat. 100%. Thank you, David, for everything today. And thank you guys in the chat for fielding all these questions that people have. Hi, Carrie. Carrie, is that Carrie? Carrie, it's nice to see you. I just wanted to say it's very nice to see you in here. All right, guys, I love you all. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.